Well, hey y'all, Ashleigh here, and I've got a question for you. How many of you are long distance runners? Like you just love to run because you can run. Like you're no stopping, just go. Yeah, you guys, I've got questions for you, and maybe mixed emotions. Like one, I'm very impressed, but two, how do you run so long and why? And I will say, I have tried it. So it's not just that like, I don't understand, I've sort of tried it. See, I was in track for a while. And then the cross country coach was like, hey, Ashleigh, I think you should join the cross country team. And I don't know why I said yes. It didn't really make sense to me, but I didn't really ask questions. I just went for it. I should have seen the red flags. Cross country isn't like track at all. You see, like they don't run around a circle. They run in like no man's land. It's like highs and lows and trees and rocks and no one really knows where you're going. And so I'm running on this little trail and I start noticing that all of the people cheering are leaving and they're finding all of the runners somewhere else down the track and they're gonna go cheer them on there. And I am now completely alone. I am the slowest runner by far. No one else is around and I'm like, am I gonna even make it? I'm not gonna make it to the end. This is the worst decision I've ever made. And so what I just simply decided to do is that I was just gonna go back to the bus and take a nap. So I walked my little self down to the bus, the fastest route I could find, and just took a nap on the bus we came on. Problem with that is that no one knew I had quit. So don't do this. It was a bad choice. No one knew I quit. They just knew I didn't finish the race. And so they're out there looking for me in a giant panic and I'm just napping on the bus. But everybody else that finished the race got to leave with a sense of accomplishment. And they're excited because they did what they set out to do. And that's amazing. And I knew that I was going to experience that same level of accomplishment if I finished the race. And I'm sure that they faced a moment of like, I should just quit right now, like I did. But they kept going. And if I knew that continuing would leave me with a sense of accomplishment and excitement, why wouldn't I keep going? Oftentimes you and I face obstacles, maybe not quite like running, but we face obstacles all the time. And if we knew that there was something at the end that made us feel accomplished or excited, we might keep going. But sometimes we quit too soon. Obstacles can look like a friend that suddenly just kind of stops talking to you and you don't know why. Or maybe your parents are fighting and you're not sure that they're going to stay together much longer. Or maybe you know somebody that you're like, I really want to be their friend, but I don't know that they're gonna like me. And so you don't even give it a shot, you don't try. Or maybe somebody that you love is really sick. And you don't know what you're gonna do if they don't make it, if they're not better soon. Obstacles face us everywhere we go. What we need to do is we need to persevere. It's a big word and it's a tough word. Persevere. Perseverance is something that we push through when it is most tough, when it is most difficult so that we can get to the end. And perseverance is something that takes work, but we keep persevering because perseverance proves our faith. It allows us to see the trust we have in God, but it also proves it to ourselves. It proves it to others of just simply saying, I trust that God has my back, even when it's most tough. So there's a verse in the Bible that helps us see a little bit more into why perseverance could make us look more like Jesus. So we're gonna look at the verse and we're gonna pick it up on my phone, but you probably have it in the books in front of you or on the screens. And it's in James 1, verse 2 through 4. And we'll read it together. Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. Great joy? Obstacles don't necessarily bring me great joy. I don't understand where we're getting that from, James, but he seems convinced. So let's go ahead and give him a chance and hear him out. Why would he think this would give us great joy? In verse 3, for you know, that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow. For when your endurance is fully developed, you'll be perfect and complete, needing nothing. That's amazing. It almost feels like maybe I could be a superhero. Like if we can persevere and endure through obstacles, if we can keep going, somewhere down the line, it will be useful for us. It will help us in the long run. We'll be stronger, better. And the thing about this is that as we push through, God promises that He's going to use things that we encounter in our world to help us in the future. So if we hit something that's bad or doesn't feel good, He says, hey, look, that was rough. I didn't like that either. But how about we make it useful in the future? And that's what I love about God, is that He says, I'm going to persevere with you, and we're going to make it useful in the end. You're not just running just to run. You see, Jesus doesn't leave us to accomplish the obstacles by ourselves. He's with us in them. And so my question for you is, what is the obstacle you're facing now? Is it singing? Is it running? Or maybe it's back to your friends or relationship with your parents. You have an obstacle. My question is, what will you do with it? So as we lean in, I want you to process with somebody. I want you to talk through, what do those obstacles look like for you? Maybe it's with a group of friends, or maybe it's your parents. But don't just accomplish the obstacles alone. Bring people in with you. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next week.